back to my channel. So today I'm going to be ranking my last 10 palettes. I only did this once this year because I thought to myself, okay, I'm not gonna like go out and buy loads of palettes, but I like to rank palettes as I go. And yeah, it's been a while since my last video. I think it's been 6 months, and I have now 10 palettes that I can rank that I have not yet ranked for the year. I actually have more than 10, I have 12, but 2 of them I'm not going to be ranking because I just haven't used them enough. So this is my little ranking video I thought I would share with you. All right, I've just lightened the camera a little bit because it was looking a little bit dark. I am filming at night because obviously the sun goes down really early these days, and I just don't have the time to film during the day, and I usually like natural light. So I've been trying to find some light that I like because I feel like when I use the ring light, it's very harsh and I'm not a fan of it. So bear with me in that respect. Anyway, so I just want to say that I like all of these palettes. I think all of them are really good. I think that for the most part, they all have good quality. There are some that have, in my opinion, better quality than others in terms of formula. And the way that I've ranked it is really purely based on my own preference, my needs as somebody who wears makeup. So you'll find that some of these that I've ranked maybe lower than others, they really are amazing palettes. I have to pick one, right? So we're gonna start with the biggest, the heftiest one, and it is this bad boy right here from P. Louise. I got this in one of their budget boxes. I tested it out. I'd never tried P. Louise before. This is enormous. This is the Blend Away. So I think this was their New Year's palette. At the beginning of this year, or I guess the end of last year, because it's like 2022. It is absolutely huge. However, the formula of P. Louise is actually really good. I didn't realize it was going to be as good as it is. It's just absolutely enormous. I didn't ask for such a big palette and I received one. I'm not complaining, but it is absolutely humongous. And also it's very neutral. It's just a and it's got lots of pinks, lots of neutrals, some darker tones, and a lot of light tones. So I will always have I guess blending shades in my collection because they're all the blending shades that you could possibly need to do a very neutral everyday look. Everything else is really beautiful. Not that the P. Louise isn't beautiful, but it's just a little bit more boring. All of these I actually really love. So the first one here that I'm going to rank as number 9 is from Glam Shop. I tried Glam Shop earlier. I was gonna say earlier this year. It was only just a few months ago that I bought from them, but I bought a bundle where I got 3 palettes. So I'm gonna put the Sorbet here. Now this is not my cup of tea in terms of color story. It is the more colorful one of the trio that I got. I think it was the 70s bundle. However, the formula of this is so beautiful, and some of you out there might be like, oh my gosh, I love that color story. Yes, it is beautiful. It's stunning, but I'm comparing it to everything else that I have here, which is also beautiful and stunning. I can't pick them all. However, I will swatch some of this because I can't deny that this is just absolutely so stunning. It is so pretty. That's just the top row. Okay, let's swatch this. Let's do a live swatch. Let's see. Am I going to be able to do this? Let's do it. Oh my goodness, so beautiful. Now, I will say, I think they're very similar to Gloss Gods, which is another brand that I tried this year. I do think that they are a little bit drier. They just don't have that that softness that Gloss Gods have. However, they have the shine, they have the sparkle, they have the, oh my gosh, that is so stunning. And I would take this formula over Odins Eye any day, any day, any day. But I am ranking it as number 9 because of the color story alone. Just compared to all of these other palettes that I have and I'm going to be speaking about, it's just not my favorite. And then you have some browns in here, which I don't really think is necessary. If you're going to make this a sorbet palette or sorbet palette, just make it super colorful. Why add the browns? We don't need a brown. Let's just make it all sherbety and sorbet and just bright and colorful. So I feel like that would have been amazing. I mean, obviously if you want to blend and do looks with it, that's probably why they added it in, but I think I would prefer this palette to be an all shimmer palette. I think it would have been outstanding. So coming in at number 8 is actually an Odins Eye palette. I tried Odins Eye through their mystery box a year ago, more than a year ago, and then I was like, I'm not really sure about this formula, and then everybody said, try their new formula, it is absolutely amazing. So I did pick up the Jewels and Gem palette earlier this year because I thought that the color story was beautiful, the packaging is absolutely stunning, and I just was like, okay, fine. If I'm going to test it out, let's test it out. Let's pick one of their newer ones. At the time, this was one of their newer ones. And I missed out on the Christmas ones from last year, which I thought were very beautiful. I just didn't want to buy them because I didn't expect the quality to be beautiful, and I bought this instead. And I did not go out and buy their new released Christmas ones and then the new Christmas ones, because I still feel the same about the formula. I know this is going to break some people's heart because I know Odins Eye is a lot of people's favorite formula. I think it's beautiful. I think it's fine, but I personally prefer Glam Shop. I prefer Gloss Gods, which I'll be speaking about soon. I prefer some other brands, and because there's so much hype about Odins Eye formula in, like specifically, it kind of puts me off because I'm like, I don't really agree with you guys. So, I feel like it's not terrible, but I also just don't think it is amazing. And honestly, I'm just kind of sick of hearing that. I feel like the shimmers are a little dry. When I said Glam Shop shimmers were drier than Gloss Gods, they're still not dry, but I feel like these are. So let me just swatch. I'll just do the same thing. So I'll swatch this one. This one I think is a beautiful shade. I think this one down here is beautiful. And let's try this one, and we'll do a third one. Let's go for this one. So they are beautiful. I mean, my hand is going to be absolutely crazy right now because I think I have a little bit left over, but we'll try. I mean, they are beautiful, but I can see straight away they don't have the same. They don't have the same sparkle and the same glitter as Glam Shop just did, just now. I feel like this one is the only one that I'm like wowed about. And that was, I don't even know which one, but I just feel like the others are a little lackluster. And you know what? I don't really care about mattes. I think mattes are, for the most part, not very hard. Well, at least they're not hard to impress me, right? I haven't found that many matte formulas that are atrocious and I can't work with. I can usually work with any mattes. So really when I'm looking at a palette and looking at formulas, I'm looking at the shimmers, I'm looking at metallics, the toppers, the special shades. And I just feel like the special shades in here are pretty. I think they're really nice. They're obviously better than a lot of drugstore out there. I mean, they are better than a lot of palettes that I do have. Let's put it that way. I do see that. But I also don't think it's amazing because I think some of these other ones are way more beautiful. So this one I'm ranking it as number 8. I'm not putting it lower than the Glam Shop palette because I think the color story of this is a lot prettier. So that's why it's number 8. Okay, the next one, the formula is absolutely divine. And I did pick this up at the same time as I picked up the Killer Purr. So the next one is from Menagerie Cosmetic, is the Feral palette. Now, I'm not ranking this low because of the formula. No, not at all. Because I think the formula is absolutely outstanding in this palette and the Killer Purr palette as well. Now, the Killer Purr palette, I actually prefer a lot more than this one. This one, I think the color story is what throws me off. I have pulled it actually now for my Shop My Stash for this month because it's got the green, it's got the red. I feel like it's a really good seasonal palette for this time of year. Whether I play around with it that much, I'm doing a little bit of pre-recording, so I'm not entirely sure. But I just think that it's just not my favorite color story, so I'm ranking it lower than normal because honestly, the quality is absolutely amazing. This is the first year that I've tried Menagerie, and they're just so stunning. You can't fault them. you cannot fault them. But also, this palette only has the 3 shimmers, and maybe that's why I'm ranking it so low as well, because I am a shimmer queen. But look at that. Look at that green. Oh my goodness. If you love green, that is absolutely amazing. And there is like a flip to these as well. Very, very beautiful shades. But yeah, I don't know. I think that, I don't know, having thought about this, I think maybe the Glam Shop I prefer better, just looking at it. But I'm not going to change my ranking, but it's just so hard with palettes. You know, you don't know how to rank stuff. So yeah, I'm going to rank it here because I don't want to rank it any lower. I don't think it deserves to be ranked lower, but I don't know. It's that color story. It's not my favorite. So we're at number 6 now, and I'm going to pick a Gloss Gods palette. I've bought a lot of Gloss Gods palettes. It's so hard to say that so fast. This year, I tried out the brand. A lot of these I've tried, I mean, all of these, apart from Odins Eye, they're all brand new brands for me. But yeah, this is the What's Your Power. This is the second one that I purchased. The first one that I purchased, which I'm not ranking here, is the New Neutrals. And I gave that to my mother. I have actually repurchased it. I think it's on the way because I was looking, I was like, I missed that. I want it back. So that is a beautiful, beautiful neutral palette with a twist. But yeah, I'm going to rank this one as number 6 because of the color story, really. It's similar to the Gloss Gods one. It is the most colorful, I would say. It also is not all shimmer. There's some matte in here too, and I don't think the mattes in here are amazing. I'm not buying it for the mattes, but you have some colorful mattes here, and I think some of them are a little bit lackluster. So I'm, you know, I kind of rank it in the middle of the road because I really enjoy just the formula. I think that they're absolutely stunning shades. Don't Let Me Down, now that I've talked you up so much. I don't know, they're just really beautiful, and they're soft, and like, they're, oh, I'm just so shiny. I don't know, it's just so shiny. I don't know, if you would compare that to Odins Eye didn't have that impact. They were maybe a lot more subtle, and maybe that's why people love them. Maybe they love those subtle ones, which sometimes you want them. But when people talk about, oh, Odins Eye formula is the best, and then I have this, I'm just like, is it the best? Because yeah, they have some really beautiful shades. Their mattes are great. Their color stories are beautiful. As a brand, I do like them, but there's also other brands too. So I think that's where I'm coming from. Anyway, I'm ranking this as number 6. And then I have another Glam Shop, because I told you I bought 3 of them, so they're going to appear in here. The 5th palette is going to be the Noua. Not sure. It's like the nugget one. I don't know. Like the nougat, you know, nougat, when you like that like sweet that you eat. Anyway, this I'm ranking here. This one you could say, oh my gosh, that is so boring. And I would agree with you. It is boring, but I really like this palette. So that's where I'm going to rank it. I mean, you have all the neutrals that you could want. And then you have these 2 little beautiful special, 3 special shades. You have a satin shade here. Actually 2 satin, which no, 3, there's 3 satins. Oh my gosh, I don't even know what I'm looking at. But yeah, these are really what pop, and you can see those are the ones that I've been dipping into. So yeah, let's just go. I just think this is really beautiful because it's a palette that you can wear when you're not trying to, basically, what am I trying to say? You're not trying to look too colorful. It's like, it's just the perfect everyday. I don't know if you're going to be able to see those. These are a lot more subtle. So when you're talking about subtle ones, these are more subtle, but I still think that they are beautiful. This is the satin, so I don't know why I swatched that one. But yeah, those 3, I just think when you layer on top of some of the mattes, they're absolutely stunning. And I don't know, I'm just ranking it here because of just the wearability of it, really. I would probably agree that some of the other shimmers and other palettes are more impactful, that I've ranked slightly lower, but I just think as a whole, I've really enjoyed this palette, and I've dipped into it more times because I've been able to wear it more. So this one I'm ranking middle of the road, number 5. All right, then we go top 4. So it's going to be another Glam Shop. It is the Musle Noah. If you're Polish out there, I do apologize if I'm butchering all these words. And yeah, my manager is Polish, so he'd probably laugh at me for trying to say all of these, but this one is absolutely stunning as well. And I think this one is slightly lighter than the more colorful one, and obviously more colorful than the one I've just shown you. So I think this is a really good balance of the other two. You have a little bit of neutral, you have a little bit of pink, and then you have all the sparkles, which is so pretty. So I will just show you. So let's see. Oh my god, so pretty. And then I'll do this one. I don't recall which are the best ones. I'm just going, oh my gosh. Still, they just look kind of wet, right? I don't know. Maybe my preference is that now, but they just look wet and beautiful, but they're not super, like they feel drier than Gloss Gods. So if you know Gloss Gods, or if you know Glam Shop, and like maybe just let me know if you kind of agree with that. They do feel a little drier, but in terms of how they look, absolutely stunning. So this one I'm ranking number 4. For the reasons that I said, it's more wearable for me. It's a little bit more interesting than the plain one that I've just showed you, and a little bit less colorful than the first Glam Shop that I showed you. And I just think the quality is really good on these. So I don't know why. I spent so long thinking, do I need to try Glam Shop? And obviously I did. So I'm just realizing now what my preference is. I'm not listening to anyone else, and I'm just going for what I want, which is making me super happy. Anyway, so I've got 3 more, and you could probably guess where they're all from. But the first one here, I'm ranking, this one surprised me. I didn't think that this would be number 3. I actually didn't even think that I would really like this palette when I first got it, but it is the Vintage Glam from Gloss Gods. So I think this was the last one that I bought, because I bought like 4 of their palettes all at once. And I think this is the last one that I tested, because I just didn't think that it was going to be one that I would love. It is more purple, obviously. You've got a little bit of mauve and pink and this sort of taupey-esque color story. It is absolutely gorgeous, really wearable too. This is another palette where I can actually wear while I work and I don't look ridiculous. So I really love this. And you have like a lot of flips to these. So I'll just swatch them again, because that's what we're doing. I didn't plan on swatching so much today, but you know, oh, look at this. It's so pretty. And this one is like yellow with some pink. Oh my goodness. Okay. So yeah. And these are the ones where I feel like they're a little bit, they feel squishier. They feel wetter. My hand is crazy. You probably can't even see those because you see everything else. But I just think I think these are very romantic. So a very, very romantic color story, really beautiful. And I'm so glad that I tried it, honestly, because this normally is not a color story that I generally go for. I don't wear a lot of purples. I really don't, or mauves. And I don't know, I'm just really enjoying them again. So this one I'm ranking as number 3 in the top 10 that I've recently tried. Right, we have 2 more. Can you guess what they are? I'll give you a hint. They're both from Gloss Gods, because I am a broken record at this point. And honestly, I found it really hard to put these in order. Even now I'm going back and forth, like, have I done the right thing? I don't know, because I think these are amazing palettes. So the first one is Dancing in the Sky. This is an all shimmer palette. This one I didn't think, again, that I would love as much as I do. Oh my goodness, this might actually be my favorite. This might be my favorite. It is so incredibly stunning. They are so squishy, those shades. You barely go in them, and they are so beautiful. And they're not all green. Like, this is a green palette, but there's some purple in here. Oh my gosh, there is some blue. It's just absolutely out of this world. And again, very wearable. I think it's just because, I don't know, they're just a little bit more subtle. They are subtle. That wasn't a good swatch. I'm actually surprised that that wasn't such a good swatch. Looks amazing. They look amazing for me. I don't know if you can see that, but they are absolutely stunning. And you can see it's a green palette, but you have this streak of bluey purple. And this one down here, what is that? I don't even know what color that is. And then you have this like chartreusey green with gold. Oh my goodness, so beautiful. And honestly, I don't know enough words for colors to explain what these really are. They are that stunning and that beautiful. So this one I really enjoyed. I also did a No Pan Left Behind on this earlier this year when I bought it, and I really got to know the palette. So absolutely love this palette. And really, I could rank that as #1. The next one I have is Look for Rainbows, which again is an all shimmer palette. It's a little bit more colorful, and I don't know how to pick between these two. I really don't. I did put this as #1, but again, I think it might actually go down to it might be Dancing in the Sky, but this one is stunning as well. The shades are beautiful. You do have some darkness too, so you actually could really use this palette and not have to dip into anything else if you really needed to, because these kind of work more as, yeah, they kind of work more as deepening shades. They are kind of satins, but you could work with them if you wanted to have a little bit of depth. I don't know, I just found these to be so beautiful, and who am I to pick a colorful palette right at the end, but I have. So let's just go into these, because these are absolutely beautiful, beautiful. And yeah, hopefully they swatch well, because I don't know. At this point, everything is looking gorgeous because they are all of these palettes. Maybe aside, I wouldn't put P. Louise with the same category as these other indie palettes, because they just don't have that. They don't have this. They don't have this. But all of these other palettes actually do have it. I would really say, I'm really just talking about Glam Shop. I've got Menagerie, I've got Odins Eye, and I've got Gloss Gods. Like, there's not that many brands here, so obviously the formulas are gonna look the same every time I show it to you. But yeah, I've just really, really enjoyed these brands, and you can see like I'm excited about it because, you know, they kind of brought more joy back into makeup for me this year, because, you know, I have a lot of palettes, and you know, some formulas are better than others, and sometimes I pick a palette because I like, you know, I think it's cute and I like the color story, or I want to try the brand, but I'm not expecting the formula to be all that amazing. But these, like Gloss Gods, Glam Shop, they really surprised me. Menagerie Cosmetics really surprised me too. It's just a shame that the Feral palette is not like a color story that I really love. I'm hoping that I change my mind a little bit more about it, just because the quality is so good, even the mattes. And I said I don't care about mattes, but the mattes in that palette are stunning. So yeah, anyway, this was a lot of fun. I will just talk about 2 honorable mentions, because as I said, I do have 12 new palettes, so I haven't ranked these other 2. Also, I just haven't used them enough. So I did pick up the Serenity palette from Cosmic Brushes just like a month ago or something like that. And I'm slowly dipping into some of the shades, very, very slowly, but I don't know this palette well enough to be able to rank it. However, I will say what I have tried so far has been absolutely amazing, and the mattes blend themselves, and the formula is just crazy. So this is in the same league as these other ones that I have been talking about. And another one that I just got a few weeks ago, totally different league, doesn't have the quality at all, but I bought it because it was cute and I just had an impulse, and it is from Essence. It's one of their Lion King palettes. This is the Circle of Life palette, and I didn't rank this one, but you know, totally like boring color story. You know, if you want to be objective, it's like, why are you buying this? But you know what? It's just cute. I bought it on a whim. I was like, yes, I'm gonna get that in store, and I did. But obviously, formula completely not in the same realm as all of these other ones. So just goes to show, sometimes I like different things for different reasons. But anyway, thank you so much for watching. Like and subscribe if you'd like to, and I will see you all next time. Bye.